Welcome, student, to the part 2 of the chapter Neural Control and Coordination. In this, we are going to discuss the human neural system. Division of human neural system, it composed of two central nervous system, that is CNS, and peripheral nervous system. Central nervous system consists of brain and spinal cord, whereas peripheral neural system consists of somatic neural system or the autonomic neural system. Let's start with the CNS. The first one is brain. It is protected in cranial cavity. It has three-layered connective tissues, membrane, which are known as cranial meninges. Three-layer meninges are outer dura mater, middle arachnoid mater, inner spia mater. There is subarachnoid space, which is filled with CSF, which is cerebrospinal fluid. The ventricles of brain are also filled with the CSF. Brain has three parts: forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain. Forebrain, which is also known as proencephalon. It is the interior part and it consists of cerebrum, densephylon, which consists of thalamus and hypothalamus. Cerebrum. Cerebrum is the largest part. It has two cerebral hemispheres held together by a tract of nerve fiber, which is known as corpus callosum. The outer part of cerebrum is called cerebral cortex, whereas the inner part is known as medulla. It has convolution. The cerebral cortex has convolutions and depressions and is formed of gray matter. Gray matter is due to the presence of neuron cell body, and the inner part of this is known as white matter. Cerebral cortex consists of motor area, sensory area, and association area. Motor area that control voluntary movements of muscles. Sensory area that control the functioning of sense organs. Association area which is neither clearly a sensory or the motor in the function, but is responsible for intersensory associations, memory, and communication. The integrated activities of different centers of cerebral cortex controls our intelligence, memory, judgment, learning, thinking, and articulate speech. Next comes the Densephylon, which is composed of two, hypothalamus and thalamus. Thalamus, it is a structure around which the cerebrum wraps, and it is coordinating center, that is relay station for sensory and motor impulses. Next comes the hypothalamus in Densephylon. Hypothalamus is seen below the thalamus. Function of hypothalamus is it regulates temperature, thirst, hunger, and emotions. It also helps in secretion of hypothalamic hormones. It controls pituitary gland. It also controls our sleep, wakefulness, blood pressure, heart rate, like activities. The inner part of cerebral hemisphere and a group of association deep structures like amygdala, hippocampus, hypothalamus together constitute limbic system, and it helps in regulating our sexual behavior, motivations, emotions like excitement, pleasure, rage, fear, etc. Next part comes in the brain is midbrain, which is mesencephalon. It is located between thalamus, hypothalamus, and in Pons. A canal, which is known as cerebrum aqueduct, passes through the midbrain. Midbrain consists of four round lobes known as corpora quadrigemina. Their interior part is the center of visual reflexes, and the posterior part is the center of auditory reflexes. Third part of brain is hindbrain, which is known as rhombencephalon. It consists of cerebrum, cerebellum, pons, medulla oblongata. Midbrain and hindbrain together form the brain stem. Cerebellum, which is also known as little cerebrum, it has very convoluted surfaces to accommodate more neurons. It coordinates muscular activities and body equilibrium. Then comes the pons varoli. It consists of fiber tract that interconnect different regions of the brain. It coordinates the activity of eye and ear, and it helps in regulation of our respiration. The third part of hindbrain is medulla oblongata. It is connected to spinal cord. It controls our respiration, cardiovascular reflexes, gastric secretion, peristalsis, etc. It also controls salivation, vomiting, sneezing, and coughing. Now, the other part of CNS is spinal cord. Spinal cord is enclosed within the spinal canal or vertebral column. It is also protected by meninges. It has a central canal which contains CSF. Here, it is opposite, unlike the brain, which was having inner white, outer was gray, but here outer is white and inner is gray matter. Function of spinal cord is conduction of impulses to and fro from the brain, and it is also the center for spinal reflexes. That was it about CNS. Now let's discuss about the peripheral neural system, which is PNS. It includes cranial nerves and spinal nerve. Cranial nerve that arises from the brain and spinal nerves which arises from spinal cord. In PNS, nerve fibers are of two types, efferent, which are sensory fibers, and efferent, which are motor fibers. Efferent carries impulses from sense organ to CNS. Efferent carries impulses from CNS to muscles and to the glands. PNS has again two divisions, somatic neural system and autonomic neural system. Somatic neural system, it relays impulses from CNS to our skeletal system. So all the voluntary actions are involved over here. Whereas ANS, that is autonomic neural system, transmit impulses from CNS to involuntary organs and other smooth muscles. Further, ANS has two parts, sympathetic nerves and parasympathetic nerves. Sympathetic system. It prepares body to cope up with emergencies, stress, and dangers. It also helps in increasing heartbeat, breathing rate, constricts our arteries, and elevates blood pressure. Whereas on the other hand, parasympathetic is opposite to sympathetic. It returns the body to a resting state after stressful situations and slows down heartbeat. It dilates our arteries and lower down blood pressure. Then comes the visceral neural system, which is also a part of PNS. It includes nerve, fibers, ganglia, and plexus, by which impulses travels from CNS to the viscera and from viscera to the CNS. What are ganglia? Ganglia are the nerve clusters of nerves or group of nerve cells bodies located in the ANS. And nerve plexus, these are the plexus or branching network of intersecting neuron. So that was it about the PNS. Thanks for watching.